How intentional are we in our day-to-day on wherever we go? Are we aware of how God's moving and just loving people for whoever they are, wherever they're at? Hello, Mike. Hello there, mate. As you can tell, we are...
Did you watch the footy match?
We're England fans.
Did you watch the footy?
And we just found out in live time.
Did you watch Argentina?
That
England
lost.
They lost?
They lost.
No! No!
Argentina again. Props to Argentina. Okay.
Tea and crumpets.
Okay. They got the tea. No, they put out the tea and crumpets for England. I don't know what I'm saying, but England is out.
My fish and chips.
Like you said. Did you notice that when England was winning, the little Oasis action in the crowd?
That was nice to see.
Little
I didn't actually
Wonderwall.
see it,
What?
No.
They did Wonderwall with the stadium every time after their victory.
And then things went south.
Yeah.
So now Oasis is tied to their inability to hold a lead.
But you know what they did during the World Cup? They did a lot of travel.
They did a lot of travel.
Lots of traveling.
Lots
Lots
of
of teams. Lots of traveling. Lots of international
Lots
traveling.
of airports.
Lots
of stadiums.
of like 1 month of craziness.
Yeah. And
friend.
I'm sure you've heard stories or seen stories about all the travel, the internationals here who have been opened up to America and all the good things that it has to offer.
What have we heard the most? Let's see. Ranch. I think ranch
Yeah,
dressing.
Food. Food items. Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's was a thing.
Yeah.
Saw ranch. Ketchup.
And
is
singing their songs, wearing the things they wear, like the Scottish wearing their kilts and all the soccer jerseys.
All them jerseys. All those
gathering
things.
in the places. I feel like it's getting Cosby. Gathering in the places and the soccer jerseys and the things.
As you can tell, we are two men who would be known for our international experience, obviously.
Yes.
To be able to represent every country in the World Cup. But we do like England. We're sorry, England
we were pulling
lost.
for England.
We were kind of pulling for England.
Jude Bellingham and Harry
Jude.
Kane and Jude.
So I'm going to predict. Okay, let's make a quick
sad.
final prediction. Let's see. This episode will come out.
Had a 1-0 lead.
Oh, this episode will come out after the final. Let's just predict it right now. I'm going to say Spain.
Spain?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Spain.
Okay, no Argentina.
No Argentina.
Okay, so we'll
Spain
come back.
ends it.
We'll have to come back in a week or two.
It gets
and
messy.
say what
Spain
happened.
ends it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of travel.
Yeah.
Here's something I thought about. Midsummer, there's lots of World Cup travel. There's also a lot of vacation travel.
Yeah.
Lots of people travel.
Especially in July.
We traveled, courtesy of not having any episodes recently. We're
Right.
sorry, but here we are. You traveled,
Yes.
courtesy of not having a lot of episodes. We'll be back with more episodes. Thank you very much.
Right.
Lots of traveling. Let's talk about travel.
Whole lots of traveling going on.
We should talk about travel.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking over there?
I'm thinking it was very unique. in a sense,
Okay, sorry, God.
so you get that out of your system. You feel like
I'm good now. I'm good.
You're going to do it again once I start talking.
I might do it again. I will see. I'm not going to do it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because you're drinking water or pretending to drink water.
No, I'm not going to do it.
You're about to do it.
I promise I'm not
I
going to.
bet you are.
No, go. Tell us
No.
about travel.
Yeah. So I don't travel often, but when I do, I notice some
you
things.
wear stretchy pants.
I do. I wear stretchy pants.
Nacho Libre.
But I do notice some things.
Okay, what do you notice?
Well, first of all, there's just getting through the initial stages. If you're flying somewhere,
Yeah.
and that always feels stressful no matter how long it's been.
What do you
to
mean
me.
by initial stages?
Okay, so you have your bags, you're checking your bags, you're making sure you got the tags on the bags.
Uh-huh. You're saying
now
bags
it's all,
many times.
Everything's automated now, or you check in, you don't even have to see a person unless you're getting your bag weighed and, put
You're
on.
really fixated on the bag here. I'm noticing.
Let's start with the bag. The bag is the thing. You got to make sure the things are in the bag, right? That you're taking.
Okay,
And
yeah.
So the whole packing.
You really haven't traveled in since 1970 or something like that.
No,
like the bag experience is really getting you.
In the bag.
The bag. Okay, it's in the bag.
The packing.
Okay. Yes, we've covered that.
Yeah, and then once you're going through the line, the TSA line.
Okay.
Do you know what the rules are?
Are you a pre-check TSA guy or a non-pre-check?
See, I don't travel enough to go with the pre-check, but yeah, in this case.
Can I go off on a tangent on that for a second?
Do. Tell me.
Okay. Okay, here's my thing. Isn't it like $75 or maybe no more than 100? You can go do like a global entry thing and it's good for isn't it good for 10 years?
Let's talk about the cost to travel these days.
Well, I think that thing is good for 10 years and you get pre-check. I think that's kind of worth it, even if you go once a year somewhere.
You may be right.
Okay, here's why I'm saying this. So the rules of every airline that I'm about to say is probably going to change in the next 5 minutes. I'm pretty positive pre-check you don't have to take off your shoes, and I hate taking off my shoes in security. That's the worst.
I bought shoes so that I can take off my shoes easily.
Oh yeah, I've had to do that too. Did you take off your shoes?
I did, and then I found out that I didn't have to take off my shoes.
Oh, maybe they're a lot. Maybe
even outside of the pre-check line.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Go back. You got the bag. You got the packing. You got all the bags. You go through security. Okay.
Yeah.
You're winded at this point already. You're going downhill. Then what? And
then there's just the hoping that something doesn't go off that you had no idea about as you're going through. So right away.
Yeah.
Right away. And I know this is. This is not a huge problem for people. People travel a lot more than I do.
Really hard for you, apparently.
But for me, it's just a lot of things all at once that I just, I don't do often. And so okay, finally you're through, right? You get through.
Yeah, you made it. Woo!
You see all the people.
Yeah.
All the people in the, at the gates getting ready to get on a flight.
Party people.
And then you go and you find out, you know what? I might not have a seat here. As I'm waiting for the plane, we might not have seats because everybody's there
at the gate.
At the gate,
okay, yeah,
and we're just a lot of people sitting down.
When is the last time you flew anywhere? The way you're recapping this,
is it not the truth though? Do you go in and do you find people not at the gate?
I'm normally
easy to find a seat. Do you have some?
I don't really go to the gate until it's probably 10 or 15 minutes before boarding, and I'm normally standing around.
Okay, well, I know there are people that may belong to an admiral's club, or something like that, where they can go in and there's going to be a seat for them and. They'll be all right.
Do you have a club status?
I do not have a club status.
Oh, okay.
I have a regular person at the gate that can't find a seat status.
Yeah. Okay. I join you on that. I've never been to one lounge in my life.
Yeah. And forget it if you want to try to get some work done before you get on the plane because everybody's already sitting at.
It's like people sleep at the chargers. They never. Do. There's never a seat at the chargers.
So already we haven't even gotten on the plane yet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Then it comes time for the boarding.
Okay.
If you're not in first class, maybe it sounds like Ricky Bobby. You're not in first class, you last. But yeah, that's a whole thing.
They're letting through 30 different groups of people before
you have people trying to game the system too.
Oh yeah,
just
there's some wheelchair people out there. They don't need to be in a wheelchair. Come on, when there's 20 of them that roll up.
Yeah.
And then they just stand up easily and get on the plane. You're like, okay, what's happening here?
And you can tell who the frequent flyers are because they just look cool as a cucumber. They're just, this doesn't bother them at all.
Yeah.
They're getting on. They're sitting in business class.
100%.
They're just ready.
100%.
I want to be one of them. But,
I want to go to a lounge.
But I don't want to travel like them all the time.
That's true.
I just want their privileges.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're not even on the plane.
Spent so much time on this.
I mean, this is all prior to getting on the plane, and then finally, when your group is called, you're happy, you're ready.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're like, it's me.
I mean, you're rolling down that ramp.
Yeah,
like we're getting on the plane.
Yeah.
I always do, and always have. It seems
a cartwheel.
No cartwheels.
Oh, okay.
But I'll put my hand up and touch the plane and say a prayer.
Do you?
So that's always been my thing.
On the outside, right before you get on the plane,
before
you touch
I take
the
that
plane?
step up, I touch the plane And I've never been told, sir, don't touch the plane.
I was going to ask you, have you ever been asked not to touch the plane?
No, I've never been.
Oh.
No. So
You put your hand
well,
on
it's
the
not a
outside
long,
of the
it's
plane?
not a long prayer. It's, just.
You're just like, keep it safe, amen.
There you go.
Hey, hey.
Yeah.
It's like you high five God basically in your prayer.
Basically saying, hey, right here, God.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
On this plane.
Okay.
And so, yeah. And then it's walk past the first class folks and the business class and, a little small bit of jealousy.
Detailed. Do you hold the luggage in front of you in the center in the air when you're walking down the aisle?
I usually have it trailing behind me. I feel like I have better control.
Are you bumping into people when you have the arm behind?
They're sitting where I want to sit, so I don't mind.
Okay, so you just hit all these shoulders on the way back. And you're like, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, all right, I'll be back here.
Okay.
With everybody else.
Yeah.
So
with the regular people.
Then comes the overhead bin. Depends on where you're.
This whole episode is like, welcome to Travel 101.
Yeah, it is Travel 101.
Okay, this is literally 101. Okay.
Am I boring you with
No. You get the bin. Did your luggage fit in the bin?
It usually does.
Oh.
But then you get into the seat, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of have everything worked out, who's sitting where.
Yeah.
In this particular case, we have a party of 3. And so I know I'm getting the aisle. And so I'm getting ready to. I'm preparing myself mentally for the elbow bumps.
Of course.
Of the beverage cart.
Yes.
And then you have the people who get on late.
Uh-huh.
And try to stuff their stuff in the bin.
And there's no room.
And then
yes.
there's the flight attendant saying, let's see if we can find somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. They try.
Yeah.
They try. And God bless them. We love flight attendants, and they try. And then normally it's like, sir, it's not going to happen. We're going to need to take that bag off the plane.
We haven't taken off yet.
Oh, yeah. Takes a while.
Yeah. Then comes the, getting ready to leave. And then the message over the intercom of we have a catering truck that broke down behind us and we're trying to taxi and we're going to have to wait for that catering truck to get fixed.
This is the last flight you were on. So you had to sit on. How long did you have to sit on a plane?
We were on there for about an extra 20 to 30 minutes, I would say. And,
that's a long time when you're sitting on the plane.
What I didn't tell you yet is that as people are, walking past you in your seat and you're sitting in the aisle seat, you're getting some pit. There's people walking by and they're raising their bags and they're standing there and you're just armpit level there if you're a guy of my height.
Didn't you just look towards the inside of your row? Like you turn your head to the left or the right?
You really want to keep your head on the left hand. If I was on the left-hand side of the plane, I want to keep my head kind of turned left. Because,
Did you do that? Did you keep turning away?
You
didn't turn away from the pit?
I turned away from the pit.
Okay, good. Yeah.
You can't always know when the pit's going to be there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes the pit's so strong it doesn't matter which way your head turns. Yeah. I mean, you'd have to get out of the aisle, and you're not going to be able to do that.
So
you got a lot of pit. You got a lot of pit in a 30-minute delay.
Yeah, 30-minute delay.
You got pitted.
Lots of pit. And then
such a
take off all that,
Okay.
All right, we're a little bit bumpy on the takeoff.
Yeah.
And so you kind of realize.
Oh, good. We're going through the status of the flight now.
We're going through the status.
Okay, that's good.
Do you like bumps on planes? Are you good with that? Are you good with a little bit of turbulence?
The last couple I've been on, a little bit of turbulence, I'm fine. We came in crazy fast on the land. Okay, the last 2 flights I was on, one was we came in really fast on the landing. I'm talking when you look outside and you see how fast you're coming, you're like, this is going to be rough.
Do you like to pretend that you're running whenever you're landing?
No, I get actually really nervous on takeoffs and landings. Yeah. And I blame my dad because he worked as an engineer in airline industry for a while.
Okay.
He told me way too many details about takeoffs and landings.
Like they're just holding that together with rubber bands.
Basically, he ruined it for me. So I know how it's just dangerous. But no, one was coming in really fast. And then we were fine. The flight before, we hit the ground harder than I've ever hit the ground ever. It opened a couple overhead containers.
Okay.
The wheels hit the ground so hard. That was not cool. Because then you're like, holy, but I didn't get pitted like you. Okay, so these are your travel observations so far. Is literally the mechanics of how to get on a plane.
It reminds me of why I don't like to travel that often, but the in-flight, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I kind of just okay, whatever happens here. We're good unless somebody gets up and acts crazy. Then I kind of always have a plan in my head of being part of the
crew,
part of the
take them down.
Yeah, or at least try to help out or lend a hand. I never understood those videos of people just kind of sitting there looking.
I think we're past those days, personally. I think
hopefully.
now there's a good 20 guys on every plane that's like, you know what? I'm not sitting here.
Are you eyeballing people as you do get on and think potential problem?
Not when I first get on. No, I don't judge them the way you do, but I am watching during the flight.
No, I'm
for anything out of the ordinary during the flight.
Yeah. Like if somebody's getting out of their seat a lot or
something like that.
Too many bathroom trips.
I'm thinking about it. I'm aware of it during the flight.
Okay.
So, I like to think that I would be someone who would help. You know, praise God, I've never been in that scenario.
Yeah.
But I do think I will. I just can't sit there. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe you get frozen with fear or something like that.
Maybe that's what's happening.
This is a really dark conversation all of a sudden. So, yeah.
Well, it's part of the
it's part of the flying.
The flying. Okay. I think everybody.
Any other travel observations you made besides your flying situation?
It's hard to have a conversation, at least from my perspective.
I agree with this, although you and I both know people who have no hard time having a conversation. I have a hard time having a conversation.
That's the thing, is that we do know people who can have that conversation. Sometimes they're talking about things that are of a very deep spiritual level. They're sharing the gospel. They are, this has become part of their plane flight routine, not the stuff I'm talking about where I'm just kind of like one thing to the other.
Yeah.
How annoying. Let's get past it.
Yeah. Getting pitted. Yeah.
They're probably excited about, hey, I get to go on a plane and I'll probably talk with somebody who I haven't met yet. That person may not have met Jesus.
Sure.
And so what an opportunity. Thank you, God. And those people are going to have a lot more things in heaven. Probably will. So
it's hard. It's challenging.
Yeah.
I agree.
But with the way that people are into their phones, which that was another observation.
Yeah.
People are. We didn't have, this plane didn't have overhead screens or anything like that or any common viewing. So you basically had to use your phone and you got some free entertainment that you're able to, to watch on your own phone.
I mean, the average person is fair. They check out.
Yeah.
They get on the plane, they check out.
Or somebody's working.
Yeah.
People sleeping.
Yeah.
And so I didn't feel like, hey, there's a lot of opportunity to lean on over and say, hey,
hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a hard, I'll be the first to admit, I have a really hard time. I have a hard time in those scenarios, especially when I'm feeling like I'm picking up people who are checking out. Like that's just, I wish that wasn't so hard for me, but that feels hard for me.
But I have no doubt, and this maybe is where our friend or friends that we know that are really good at this, that if leading up to that, if I were to really pray and ask God for opportunities, whether it be the person who I'm standing in line waiting for TSA, or if it's
the pit
or the pit, or it's somebody that I can sit to that might have a seat that I can, at the gate where we're waiting.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Yeah.
That God could open up that opportunity there.
Yeah.
That those could happen. And so I think it's really reflective, and maybe this is the main observation I have.
Yeah.
Of my heart in places like that, to where I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to meet any strangers. I just want to get this thing over with. And so why would there be an opportunity to talk with somebody?
Sure. That's good.
Not having my heart.
That's hard because I think I go there too. I don't know why I actually go there. Because when we talk about it like this, I'm often like, why am I not praying? I'll pray through other scenarios before I go there. But for some reason, for travel, maybe a little bit more formal travel, like go to the airport, like we're saying, all your stuff, all your experiences you had before you got on the plane. I'm not always praying about it, and I do kind of go into this go mode of like get there.
Yeah,
but I don't do that with I don't know why I do that, to be honest. So I'm sure it's totally missed opportunities, because then when we talk about it, I'm like, you know what? Okay, it's kind of a one-time encounter. There's actually something about that actually might feel a little easier or interesting on, hey, I'm probably never going to see this human being ever again. So why not be as bold as possible? What do I have to lose? What they're going to walk away? I'm never going to see him again. That's going to happen anyway. Like, what's the difference? You know, like when we talk about it like that, it's like, why not?
Well, here's the real convicting part is that as I'm sitting there, you know, maybe watching a movie about Michael Jackson. What I hear is conversation going on in the back, and there are people who are getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And they're kind of loud about it, and they're, you know, they're being respectful, but they're talking loud, and they're having a conversation. And my first thought is, wow, they're loud back there.
Yeah.
Versus, hey, that's great. They're having a conversation. It might be nice to have a conversation too with somebody here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And you normally do that when you're watching Michael Jackson. So, I mean, give yourself some credit.
I'm thinking I could pause.
Like, people get out
Jackson.
of the way. Yeah, you should probably pause Michael Jackson. Do you think do you think it's common struggle? Like, I know me and you are basically agreeing with each other, and we didn't talk about this ahead of time. Do you think this is pretty common for people?
I think it depends on your personality. I think there are people who, I don't care. I'm just going to get on plan. I'm going to do what I do and not even think about it.
Do what I do. Yeah.
If I'm in ministry, I'm going to, you know, I'll do that when I land. And then there are people that we know where everywhere's ministry. And so, yeah, I don't know how much this bothers others, especially if they have a lot to deal with on the plane. If they have a, you know, young child that they're looking after.
Sure.
If
that could be different.
Right. Depending on what their family needs are, things like that, then, you know, they might have to dedicate 100% to that. But for a guy like me that knows that, okay, if I'm on a plane with my daughter and my wife, they're probably going to find something that they can check into, and, you know, unless they have a conversation, it's going to be kind of hard because they're not on the aisle. So I'm the guy on the aisle.
Yeah, that'd be a little tough. You're the guy in the aisle getting the pip.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you're tapping into, if someone's a follower of Jesus, I mean, we're to be a follower of Jesus everywhere, right? Like, I mean, obviously the majority of our time is like home, work, some activities. It's probably like, I don't know, 95% of most of our time.
Yeah.
With the exception of travel. But is it any different just because we're traveling than on our regular day-to-day? In fact, I mean, what an opportunity to think wherever we're traveling. And I don't always think this way. You know, I'm admitting it. I'm like confessing it. But if we're on vacation or traveling for work or whatever, I mean, aren't we kind of like a global worker wherever we go? I mean, we're kind of just a follower of Jesus wherever.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I guess I probably just get sucked more into my own little world, and then I get less missional, or like I'm missional locally. But for some reason, if I get out of my local context, I might just forget my identity. I might just forget it.
Yeah, I could see how that could happen. On other parts of the trip away from the airport, say, you know, maybe just going up the elevator in a hotel that we're at.
Yeah.
And meeting a couple and asking where they're from. That stuff comes easily, right? It might stop there because, you know, there's only a certain amount of floors that they have to go up, and we have to go up more. But at least there's the question of, hey, where'd you fly in from? And so it's possible to have that kind of conversation going, even if you're out there, you know, exploring some things and seeing some sights, right? And that happened a couple of times, you know, maybe talking to an older couple while they're visiting the same, you know, national park that we were at. But to take it to that next level where it's more of a, you know, life question of, you know, well, what about Jesus?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been done. We know people who do it really well.
Yeah.
I think there's some fear in that.
Yeah.
That's hard to get over.
Yeah.
Of going to that level that quick. And so what is our responsibility there?
It's a good question.
And you have the answer. You were bragging about it earlier, right? Saying, I know how to.
I most definitely was not bragging about this.
Saying,
Thank you.
I'm going to tell people how to do this.
I got that. I got the answer.
Oh, you didn't say that. Okay.
No, you know, in fact, I think you actually already hit the nail on the head. before you went on your long rant about how to travel 101.
I just want to help people who are like me that don't do it
Who's
often.
never traveled ever. I think,
excuse me, Mr. Traveler.
I think praying and asking those things and having that intentionality well beforehand. I really think that's the difference maker, because I know it is, because it's like, imagine you have a flight tomorrow and you're praying today. Okay, God, here we go. Going to the airport tomorrow. You know, all these little, if I'm Chris, you know, all these lines I'm going to be in, all this waiting I'm going to be doing, my lack of TSA pre-check, all the people I'm going to interact with. But basically, you're praying for that intentionality. So then you're not caught off guard. You're looking much more for the you're viewing it as an opportunity and, frankly, a mission in which we are on. I think that massive, and you keep praying as you're there. I think the leap from the, hey, how's it going, to like a gospel sharing opportunity is a much shorter jump, because you're in the word, you've been prepping.
Yeah.
And at least I'll speak for myself. I can't say it for you or anyone listening. Man, that's got to be it, because I'm just not being intentional. And so the longer I'm not intentional about something, I'm just going to drift towards my flesh. I don't see how I'm not going to. And then to add a whole nother layer, I'm either probably traveling for work, so I'm thinking go mode, or I'm traveling for a vacation, and I'm more than likely thinking I'm on vacation. Like I'm putting on my sunglasses and laying on the beach, like everyone leave me alone kind of a thing. Obviously, all those are void of praying, okay, God, you have me going to work or going to vacation tomorrow on a airplane. Let me be intentional. I mean, you can take it a step further too, and just going, okay, did I pray that about today?
Yeah.
Did I pray about being intentional today, just in my local city without even traveling? And sometimes yes, and sometimes no. And I know the times I've done that. What do you know? I'm a little bit more aware of like my waiter or neighbor or guy on the road or stranger, whatever. And then when we have conversations like this, it brings a good awareness and sometimes a conviction of the times that I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, which is a good conversation to have. Like, this is kind of uncomfortable conversation.
It is.
It's challenging, but it's worth it. Wouldn't you rather talk about this stuff than just like the weather? Like, this is so much better.
Even if it's long and drawn out and detailed. And
yeah, even if it was a terrible 15 minutes about travel to get it going, we eventually got to something. So, I mean, yeah, but you'd rather have this conversation, frankly. And so it's like just thinking introspectively, how intentional are we in our day-to-day on wherever we go? Are we aware of how God's moving and just loving people for whoever they are, wherever they're at?
And like the long, drawn out description of getting to the gate, do we see life in a way, other things that we have to do, our commute, where we work.
Yeah.
And are we on autopilot there too, where we're just,
autopilot, where to go?
We're annoyed and wow, this again.
Yeah, maybe.
To where we can't even see those opportunities or see.
I think so. I know I'm guilty of missing. I've been in, it sounds so embarrassing to say it like this. I have been in a coffee shop, for example, sitting down, working, even working on ministry related items. Mm-hmm. And there'll be someone sitting at the table next to me. I know them, and then 2 hours will go by and I had no idea they were sitting there.
Yeah.
And people have been gracious where it's like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, you're here. And it's just this quick, like, Mike, what are you doing? Like, you don't even know they're here. So it's a challenge on what got so checked out or so dialed in and whatever I was doing. I missed the human being made in God's image, like 3 feet from me. So if I can miss that person, I can miss a whole airport full of people. And so I do think it's important, and for those listening too, this is not the moment of self-condemnation. This, like, we can get really down about this, or hear it as an opportunity. God's not condemning us for these missed opportunities. He's not. We don't need to walk in shame. But I'll tell you one thing: the more we talk about this, the more it's going to keep me intentional on the next coffee shop or next stranger or my next flight. I'm definitely going to think about this the next time I fly.
You're going to think,
conversation.
wow, I'm going through this part.
I really am going to think about this on the plane. I really am, because it brings it to the forefront of maybe the gaps we have in our lives when we're not as intentional. And it just makes me go, okay, Jesus is intentional with me 24/7, all the time. And the forgiveness is there, that patience is there. Just that relationship is always there, and how incredible is that?
Yeah.
I don't want to turn that off for other people, like, man, he's there for me. How could I not be there for someone else, him working through me, going forward? So it's a good call to repentance.
I think we're seeing it the same way.
Yeah.
There certainly could be friendly conversations, and those can be easy, like where you flying to,
sure.
And, things like that. But when it comes to those more intentional, that this might be the only time that they hear about Jesus from somebody.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. What was that? Was it Fly the Friendly Skies? Was that, who did that belong to? Which airline? You're looking at me like, I know this. I'm ready to answer.
I do know this, and it's going to drive me crazy.
Well, we'll put that aside right now.
We're going to end the episode on a cheesy airline.
Something like Fly the Intentional Skies? Maybe.
That's terrible.
Maybe not.
I think we should do it different.
Thanks so much for joining us. Please consider rating and reviewing our podcast and hitting subscribe on whichever platform you prefer. Remember to keep moving forward, because we're not quite there.